I don't think that's a good idea. Good idea. I mean, I guess it could be an AI skin or something. Who knows what people would believe? So if you can watch it and just click in there and watch it, you don't have to join. But yeah. Holy cow! I guess it's time to be a movie. I got 13 people watching. All right, let's do some music, man. Not too loud. Oh man, this might be a last guitar medicine for a while, man. So you get some headphones so I can tell if you can hear it. Thanks for joining us, you. Oh yeah, you can hear it now. Sorry about the little hiss. It's gonna happen. Fantasize after 7 years. What I go there for is to life ago. While those around them criticize and see. Through a fractal on a breaking wall. See you, my friend. Touch your face again. Miracles will happen as you sleep. Yeah. We're never gonna survive. Well, we are a little crazy. No, we're never gonna survive. Well, we are a little, yeah. Crazy other people walking through my head. One of them got a gun to shoot the other one. Yeah, together they were friends at school. Oh, yeah, get it. Oh, we were there when they first took a pill. When they, miracles will happen as we speak. We're never gonna survive on love. We are a little crazy. No, we're never gonna survive on love. We are a little. No, never survive on love. We are a little. In a sky full of people, only someone flies, and that's crazy. In a world full of people, someone flies, and that's crazy. In a heaven full of people, only some wanna fly in that crazy. Babe. In a world full of people, there's only some wanna fly in that crazy. I'm never gonna survive unless no, we're never gonna survive unless we are a little. We're never gonna survive unless get a little crazy. No, we're never gonna survive. We are a little. No, we're never gonna survive. Unless you're a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. I know I wouldn't be here then. How's everybody doing? Holy cats, dude. That's a lot of people for whatever time. Oh, it's 5 a.m. Good morning. Just doing some easy tunes. I'm not going to sing too loud. I don't want to wake up any sleeping dragons. Free any assholes. Let's see. Don't worry. I'm going to pay some bread once, man. How you doing? Hey, hit me in the chat. Or is it everybody from the other side of the internet? Let's see. Let's hit me up. Hey, you're a dick. Sorry. Crawling in my skin. These wounds, they will not heal. Fear's how I fall. Confusing what is real. The sun inside me that pulls beneath the surface. Confusing. Consuming. The lack of self-control I fear is never ending. Controlling, I can't seem to find myself again. The walls are closing in. Got a sick of confidence, I'm convinced it's just too much pressure to take. I feel this way before, so insecure. Yeah, share it out, man. Rolling in my skin. Yeah, these wounds, they will not heal. And fear is how I fall. Confusing what is real. As confidently has pulled itself upon me. Distracting, reacting. Against my will, I stand beside my own reflection. It's haunting. Now I can't seem to find myself again. The walls are closing. Inside a sense of confidence, it's just too much pressure to take. I felt this way before, so insecure. I was really doing that. Growing in my skin. These wounds, they will not heal. The fear is how I fall. Abusing what is real. Crawling in my skin. These wounds they will not heal. Fear is how I fall. It can be what is real. Something inside me that falls beneath the surface. It's in a man confused and what is real. Like self-control, I feel never ending. Controlling, confusing what is real. Man, not too shabby. It's a different game when your shit's quiet there. Turn this on. There, that. No. I always have my tiny pick. It's nice to play the. People underestimate the power of a thin pick, even for the metal. It's had to be a dickhead and get my pick ready. Hey, do me a favor. Could you do me a favor? Share this somewhere. Okay. We get a bunch of people share it. I'll play punk. Do you like it? Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Yeah. If you could put a 1 in the comments after you share it, that'd be awesome, man. Let me get some love. The song you was running, 'cause you like you want me to cut that little child. Inside of me is such a part of you. The years burn. The years burn. I used to be a little more so imagine what I chose is my choice. Was balls, yeah, balls of blue. The killer in me is a killer and you, my love. I send this smile with you. Disarm you with a smile. Leave your life, they left me here. With her ending now. The bitterness of one who lived alone. The years burn. The years burn. I used to be a little boy, so old in my shoes. What I chose is my voice. What's a boy supposed to do? Together and me is together and you, my love. I send a smile over you. The killer and me is a killer and you. Send a smile over you. Killer and me is a killer and you. Send a smile over you. The killer in me is a killer and you. Send a smile over you. Now I'm really missing that thin pick. Might be up here. Not very about it. What do we got? You got requests. You're gonna have to speak up if you want one. Okay. Something different. I don't know if I can do it. Try. You consider me the young princess. All between the silver and the river. Hypnotized by you, if I should linger. Staring at the rain around your finger. I'm always on the seeking knowledge. Things they would not teach me over college. I can see that there's a need, so turn to a child and let it go. And I'll be wrapped around your finger. I'll be wrapped around your finger. Mephistopheles is not your name. I know what you're up to do the same. I will listen how to live to you. You will see it come to fruition. And I'll be wrapped around your finger. I'll be wrapped around your finger. I'll be wrapped around your finger. And you really stop that up. I'm not trying to play that out, but I cut it off because I'm just not gonna work with this pick. I'm not gonna step on it too hard, man. So let's see, what else do we got? Do we have any requests? Come on, people. Already. Oh shit, let's continue stuff. Special conference. How about here we stand, worlds apart. Well, our hearts broken into. So that theme song. Yeah. Sleepless nights, losing ground, I'm reaching for you. The feeling that is gone. Can you change your mind? If we can't go on to survive inside, love divine. Someday love will find you. Break them chains that bind you. One night will remind you how we touch and went on separate ways. If he ever hurt you, true love won't desert you. You know I still love you, though we touch and went on separate ways. Troubled times, caught between confusion and pain. Distant eyes, promises we made were in vain. If you must go, I wish you go. You'll never walk alone. Take care, my love. Miss you, love. Someday love will find you. Break them chains that bind you. One night will remind you how we touched and went our separate ways. If he ever hurt you, to the one desert you, you know I still love you until we touch and our separate ways. Yeah. Just a little bit. Damn it. It's amazing. What's we got? Come on, man. Oh, that's all right. Good morning. You're not eating grilled cheese in the morning. Get out of here. I need an egg or something, man. I need like 10 eggs. maybe 6. I don't know if everybody's not breathing or anything. It's supposed to be shut down, but that wouldn't be much to listen to. Let's get on the other side here. Trying to sing so loud. This will be a challenge. Used to spend my nights in a bar. Used to spend my nights in a bar. Liquor was the only love I know. You rescued me from the bottom and brought me back from being too far gone. Excuse me. You're as smooth as Tennessee whiskey, and you're as sweet as strawberry wine. You're as warm as a glass of brandy. And honey, I stay so long, you're around all the time. Let's see. I look for love and all the same old places. Found the bottom of the bottle's always dry. When you poured out your heart, I didn't waste it. Because there's nothing like your love. You can get me high. Hey, hey, hey. You're as blue. Ooh. This Tennessee whiskey. You're as sweet as strawberry wine. And you're as warm as a glass of brandy. And honey, I stay strong on your loving all the time. And so hey, if you're here, I don't know if you're still breathing or whatever, but if you are, if you got a pulse, you're warm and stuff, fucking hit that share button, man. Don't be shy. It's up at the top right hand corner, I think, if you're on a computer. If it's on your phone, you have to look for it at. Well, I'm not going to tell you where it is. You know what sharing looks like, don't you? You can just copy that link, man. And see if anybody else wants to hear it. Cool. I'll try not to be too much of a clown this time. I'm not going to say that much longer, so if you have your request, you better get it. I'm sailing away, setting open course for the Persian Sea. 'Cause I gotta be free, free to face the life that's ahead of me. On board, I'm captain, since I'm born. The search for tomorrow on every shore. And yeah, I'll try. Oh Lord, I'll try. To carry on. I look to the sea, reflections in the waves spark my memory. Some happy, some sad. Think of childhood friends and the dreams we had. Live happily ever after. So the story goes. Somehow miss out on that particle. We'll try. Oh, I'll try. Shit. To carry on. Gathering of angels appeared above my head. Sang to me a song of hope. And this is what they said. They said, come sail away, come sail away, come sail away with me. Come sail away, come sail away, come sail away with me. Come sail away, come sail away, come sail away with me. Yeah, come sail away, come sail away, hey, with me. Thought that they were angels, but much to my surprise, we climbed aboard the starship and headed for the sky. Come sail away, come sail away with me. Come sail away, come sail away, sail away, sail away with me. Yeah, not too bad. I tried Damn Yankees the other day. I pretty much wrecked it. It's a pretty epic song. What was that called? I'll come back. I'm not doing that today. There's no way. Sergeant wants to be a Yankee, damn it. Nobody knows what it is, hardly. Sorry. You may want to be a Confederate pretty soon. Most of certain things kick in motion here. And then we'll all learn what a colorless, a colorblind sort of states' rights fight will be. If you ever knew at all, this might be the time. Can you guess why? Lady, When you're with me, I'm smiling. Give me all love. Your hands build me up when I'm sinking. Touch me, all my troubles will fade. Lady, from the moment I saw you standing all alone, you gave all the love that I needed. So shy like a child who had grown. You're my lady of the morning. Love shines in your eyes. Sparkling, clear and lovely. You're my lady. Oh shit. Lady, turn me on when I'm lonely. Show me. Oh, you're trying to. Evens when you lay down beside me. Take me gently into your arms. You're my lady of the morning. Love shines in your eyes. Sparkling clear and lovely. Lady of the morning. Love shines in your eyes. Sparkling clear and lovely. My lady. Yeah, that one kind of got me. I'm a bitch. I love you, Kelly. So it's been a pretty wild ride, but it's been worth it. I really hope you're doing okay, and there's no magic that can touch this love, all right? And if you think you got it, I'm sure it's coming back to you. So you might have to eat it, get a napkin. But hey, you can take it all. Good for you. Yeah. You know, you really surprised me, man. You know who you are. Son of a bitch, bro. I mean, just think what a guy could have done with the truth before he had to screw it up, man. Probably just fine. Yeah, you do, man. Yeah, I'm kind of a fan of the truth these days. I remember the first time I fucked somebody's wife in the Navy, man. I was like, oh shit. Those are family pictures. Like, oh, I don't know. You know, like some hook up on the line or something. You go over there and it just kind of occurs to you like this ain't a signal chick's house, is it? No, I try not to do it if I can help it, man. Really. Um, there might be certain special cases, but not that often. And then there's always permission. I mean, shit, they're gonna throw it at you. Why the fuck lie? You know, some guys will fucking high five you when you're done. You did it done. Why the fuck lie? I mean, you go behind somebody's back. You know, lady. You say you found all that you lost, just like a stone sits upon the gathered moss. It's so easy just to walk away. It's so easy when you got nothing to say. All the shadows we cast that fade away like seasons that change. They could not say. I'll gather the tears that fall forever and a day. The sun that shines upon us and behold the warmth inside, the endless cold. It's so easy just to walk away. It's so easy when you got nothing to say. All the shadows we cast, they fade away like seasons that change. They could not stay. And gather the tears that fall forever and a day. That's good. All the shadows that cast, that fade away, like seasons that change, that could not say. I'll gather the tears that fall forever and a day. Y'all too. I was gonna try a different one here. I don't know if I might even try and listen to it. Like, let's see. We were in Sin on 15. It was how did it just sit there like that and then go nothing out of you? So yeah, I don't know if my miracle is gonna happen. I better fucking get in touch with the other side of reality here. The one that's not this one. It's going to be. Let's see what I think here. Oh, it. Yeah. Let's see here. All right. You guys need a pulse check in aisle 5, please. Okay. Um, okay, next, see, the thing I don't like about this is that when you dog on, somebody likes it. No, I didn't. Oh, somebody else is listening to the wrong side of it. I won't be using ChatGPT anymore. Last night, I mean, only getting codes. I'm not understanding what you're talking about. Something about codes and interesting. Hmm. Let's see. Yeah, I'm pretty much gonna call it here as if nobody's alive out there. Hopefully ours. No, we're just sitting there at 15. It's been about an hour. So I want to talk to you guys for a minute. It looks like I'm going to jail today for a while. And it may be that some or all of the reasons why are having to do with my faults. One of the most violent offenses on my liberty is taking my guitar. Like, that really ain't cool to me. I mean, like, I'm not a criminal. I'm a fucking veteran that's asked for help, that's signaled for help, that's indicated a need for help, that has not been offered the level of help that he apparently needed to be, you know, at a cruising altitude, let's say, copacetic and all that for the rest of the journey. And I'm quite grateful for having been, in a couple of instances, pulled over when I had no fucking business anywhere near a car or a road in a car. And I'm very thankful that I didn't go further and potentially run into something or somebody, because I was one lucky motherfucker to I mean, holy fucking shit. There's no doubt that somebody was watching over me hardcore and filling up square jars at breakneck pace. Um, my guardian angels are so sick of free pizza, man. Like, they quit swearing when you know they fucking need to. That's fucked up. You gotta blow some steam, you know what I mean? Um, there's certain kinds of steam that are hard to blow when you're uh it's not like just an exhale, you know what I mean? It's not like a push in the weight room. It's like a sadness that fucking is a part of every part of your being, and nobody gets it. I mean, maybe like onesie twosies, or there may be people that are just kind of compassionate, like they sort of know a little bit, and they're not trying to get the truth because the truth sucks, and you're not trying to tell them because you know better these days. But they give some compassion, and you just kind of get that they're cool, and you're like, all right, you're cool, like, done, you're good. Um, and then there's people that really like to signal that they're somehow getting it, or they support our whatever is the Kool-Aid drinking kind today. It's not that they mean ill. They don't have ill will. They have lots of them have pure intent, um, but they really mean to get it, and they think they get it, and they don't get it. And I'm not wishing that they do necessarily, but I almost think that it's easier to totally not think you get it and just send compassion in directions you feel it might be necessary, rather than risk, um, you know, injury to personal happiness, and then live the rest of your life with truths you can't soothe, riding around it until you die, or unload them, whatever that means. If you can get them off first, great, but good luck. Um, and so we've got a situation where the veterans in our country are, in some cases now, some of the people that joined when I was in the military are still in, since '97. So 30 years in would be just a couple of years or a year or something. And a lot of the folks that made it that far, God willing, um, they may have experienced, or mm, uh, inspired a desire for more truth than I dug up, and I did a number on myself when it came to studying things that didn't need to be known for the sake of satisfying my curiosity about how we got here, type shit. If I could recommend anything to a person that's able to get a career and support their family and do stuff that's productive outside of finding out what's the reason you want to be pissed off for. Yeah. So anyway, um, there's a lot of people that are going to be experiencing some more of these types of injuries that you can't see, and it's very important to recognize that while we don't necessarily have to imbibe every truth that broke the, the people that have been injured already down to whatever level they fall. It's important to understand and be compassionate to the fact that just because you don't look through the crosshairs and see the watermelon go poof, for lack of better, visualization, or maybe that was better. Um, if you have the gift of visualizing when people say certain things, I mean, there's obviously some colorful descriptions of an idea that are going to come to you in a way that is a little less disgusting. We'll keep it watermelony. Yeah. Um, but because I wasn't in the country, and although the men and women that had been close enough to make the watermelon go poof, and maybe even go get a bite, you know what I mean? Um, those guys get presumptive claims for stuff like PTSD. There's some other presumptive claims that you don't have to work that hard for the proof of. And what a presumptive claim is like if you go and you put in a you submit a claim saying, "Hey, I got injured," I mean, I ain't joking. Like, even ask my doc, man. He says I'm fucking loony, and then they call your doc. They're like, "They said he's loony, huh?" Oh yeah, fucking all the way loony. Screws loose and everything. Maybe missing a marble. I'm pretty sure about the marble too, and missing one screw for sure. That's what we got inventoried. Like, no, we don't need to know how many. But you think so, and then of course you don't get to be in that conversation, and they'll call you. And they'll have some third party that's a professional denier kind of guy, schedule an appointment with you and make sure you get good and rested before you get host and denied your claim again. So you have to 16 days. Man, so yeah. Um, shit. It's a lot to visualize when you got 2 million pounds of bombs coming off your ship. And the thing about aircraft carriers and planes that fly on them or off of them, they don't bring them things back. So what you do is you get rid of them. And normally when you have bombs on airplanes, like, the point is to drop them on something that's the bad guy. Hey, bad guy stuff. Oh, okay. Right. I mean, that's when I'm under the impression that we normally do. And every once in a while you see something on the news like, hey, no, that wasn't really that good of a target. Like, almost like instigate some kind of a hate and discontent sort of thing. It's very odd. The way they get at certain people is. Okay. So visualizing 2 million pounds of bombs. Hey guys, I know this is kind of laggy, but remember when you could drop like, oh shit, what is it? You could knock 3 buildings down with 2 airplanes. I always joke around with my mom about this because I got a dark sense of humor. Every once in a while, I'll toss it in there and she'll be like, "No, you can't." No, hey man, I was just talking about back in the day when you could drop a few buildings with 2 airplanes. I remember you can do that. I don't think they can do it anymore, but they used to be able to, and some of bitch, dude. I don't know how they must have defied the laws of physics that day, or what kind of tricks they use, but you can't do that anymore. And my mom says you can't do that at all. I don't know that, but when you start thinking about it, now you gotta wonder what else can't you do? like find molten metal underneath some of them buildings that fell down like for days later. So hot that it would be that hot. Oh, hang on a second. We're not done. What if? Oh, man. What if your passport was in there? I think that motherfucker would be cooked. You gotta think like, wait a minute. Didn't they show us passports that look like this came out of somebody's pocket? Like, you gotta be shitting me, buddy. You start putting little pieces together. And putting pieces together is not really a cool thing to do if you haven't started. You may want to just leave them on the table. Or go find like a rose puzzle or something. Um, or you can always turn them upside down and do really, really difficult and challenging, but not have to visualize anything that'll make you think of stuff. Kind of stuff that might give you more clarity when the last thing you need is clarity. If you're trying not to think about certain things any closer to in focus. But man, when you get that threshold broken of understanding something, anything about any of that stuff that might be bothersome to you, objectionable, even sad, you know, tear making. I tell you what. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's it off a minute. Dude, I guess what I'm getting at is that uh, without getting too graphic about it or going off into woolly foo foo territory, um, like we're in this place where we're about to send a lot more people to war that don't understand our history any better than I did when I got out of high school, maybe even worse. And some of those people are going to want to know what happened and have shit for it to stick to by the time they get out, if they can make it. And, God willing, they do. I hope they do make it through whatever they get sent to do, and I hope they take their battle buddy home too. Because that's always a motherfucker if you don't. If you don't know what a battle buddy is, it's like somebody in the army, when you got somebody looking after you, and you're looking after them, that's your battle buddy. Shit like, hey, your belt ain't done. Well, shit, your pants are gonna fall down and trip over them. That'd be great. Or how's that work? No, you're not. Your pants are gonna trip over, but you know the deal, right? Yeah, you don't have to mess. We can mix it up if you want to. Um, some people got a license to mix it up, but apparently they don't got a license to hurt because moral injury is not a thing you get rated for in terms of disability from the Navy, Army, Marine Corps, whatever. It doesn't matter. If you saw the mission video footage, I had mine put up to heavy metal music. Some of the pilots are more inclined, technologically inclined guys back when you like had to edit VHS and dub it on a DVD or something like that. I'm sure it was a little more sophisticated, but not much. Like, do you know how odd it is to watch little specks that aren't cars move on the ground before they go poof into a cloud of smoke, like, and then come home and watch YouTube videos and be like, wow, like Building 7 just fell down on its own. Like, what the fuck was that? Like, it's not like anybody really lied to you, but it's not like anybody really told you the whole truth. And there's that stringy fucking hanging out the sweater. Boom. What do you do? Start fucking ticking. That thinking cap is running down the batteries. Tick tock, man. Till one day you're like, all these pieces. I don't know if I'm okay with just randomly having disposed of these um, blowing up stuff type things. without even knowing if necessarily they're all good targets. The truth is, though, you're gonna have to have your feelings hurt because there's this thing called collateral damage in war, right? And that's the unfortunate thing about war is that people are gonna die and they're not gonna be the enemy. And if you know you've been a part of that, hey, you are. You have been. Don't tell anybody because they might remind you and it might make you sad at a time when you're not really trying to think about it. Now, most people wouldn't because they got manners and they're just thoughtful and stuff. Man, it took me a long time to stop sharing the truth, man. And who knows if it really was. Um, some people think they've got some kind of sense of urgency to go sharing things that are more true than what we had or whatever. And you just never ever know before you do who's going to fly off the handle or get sent off in some way that's irreversible because some little thing you said that wasn't even that big of a deal to you that you had no idea would trigger them in a way that was definitely a send off. And by the time you figure out that they're even gone, they ain't taking no more. That's really unfortunate, and I hope that nobody you know ever has to experience that or causes you to. That would suck. And as you can see, I'm sitting here with a decent collar shirt on, and ain't all wrinkled. I'm not sporting any wishes or anything like that. Not the pulseless, fucking cold kind. If anything, I'm wondering how I can find my soulmate before I can have to hop in an Uber and go to jail or court or whatever. I mean, who knows, dude? Um, because I had my driving privileges taken and all that, I started getting smart and not driving, but boy, that really helped me get to places when I really needed a ride and was late and something like that. And then I'd always be uh, dealing with things and then be afraid to fucking go back and just like, not want to go back. Like, please don't fucking do this violent shit to me just to fucking teach me a lesson about how I'm a criminal when I'm not a criminal. I'm not a goddamn criminal. I don't fucking need to have my guitar taken away. And I sure as hell don't need to be fucking told what kind of anything I am by anybody that doesn't even understand me before they do. Okay. And if somebody's doing that to you, I hope they turn around and walk away because it ain't cool, man. And on that, uh, along with some self-medicating type issues that a person might deal with, at different points in life, um, not necessarily here or now, whatever. But who cares? Like whatever it's not the point. Don't try to pull it out of that. Okay? The deal is, I'm on a sex offender registry too because of basically escaping, drinking, drugging, sex, and fucking, and just I was making some careless choices that very much taught me some lessons that I I don't know if I could have skipped stupid one day and never had to worry about it again. But I can't say that it didn't help me improve in some way that I can be grateful for, um, and be more empathetic in some ways like that most people had never tried to walk in the shoes of. You can talk about walking in somebody's shoes, but man, it is a motherfucker to walk around and know that you've been in the newspaper and you've been on the news and probably everybody fucking knows, and I mean, they, man, they're so into themselves, they probably ain't even really looking at you, but God forbid they do. It's treacherous and you got to get over that shit because you got to move around too. And there, I'm not necessarily wishing to be, more forgiving or any shit like that. I gotta forgive myself more than I need you to forgive me because I'm the only one that knows how it went if you don't ask. A lot of people, they'll judge you and want to run you up the flagpole before they even understand what really happened. And the shitty part is, in a situation like that, I mean, kids, don't try this at home, man. Because, well, yeah, you, if you have sex with somebody, even in high school, if you're 18 or 19 and they happen to be younger than you, dude, you can get fucking charged. Dude, this is state, Wisconsin is not, what do you call that? Not Romeo and Juliet state, unless they change it. Which means I believe they can even charge you both because neither one of you had consent to do the other one. Okay, that is crazy. And you'll be on this. You won't be on as long as me because they charge it a little different unless you force it or something. But even if you don't, it's still called sexual assault. And technically, in some people's minds, when they see those words next to your name, they're fucking dickheads. But if they think you rapist, technically by the letter of the law, they're not wrong. Man, that fucking hurts. Try that on. You may end up trying to wash it off sometimes with things that aren't going to wash it off or blow it away or whatever. And it's a humbling experience. I wouldn't recommend it at all. And if you happen to if you're in high school or college and you've got especially if you're in college, if you got a gal that you got in high school, man, you got to mind your P's and Q's because shit could happen anytime, and that's not something you want to sign up for, not even halfway. So, I really, there's no sob story type of shit. I ain't looking to be felt sorry for there, but I am, encouraging you to, at least, think about the type of running away from everything that a guy might do and how fucking stupid a guy could be when he fucking ain't trying to look at none of life because all he can freaking, bring back is shit that hurts. No, it's a, what do you call that? It's not just a cautionary tale. I'm not telling you to not go to war. Don't get me wrong. This is more of a, if you come home and you don't understand what's on in the world, don't feel bad about it unless you're curious and you really want to. But just know that every truth you ask for is one you'll never put down until you die. And so if you pick anything up, like the answers to your questions, some of them might burn, man. And that's just a choice you make to ask a question and risk picking up an answer that burns. And you don't always know what the answer is going to be. You may think you know, and it may feel like it's safe. You can never be too sure, man. And one way to be sure is not to ask. Hear me? Unless it's how old are you? Where's your fucking ID? And shit, like, are you okay? Oh, is it all right if I do this? Think about that. That would be informed consent. Okay. Well, there's other ways we can do that too. It's been a weird time, man. And a lot of these guys that are enlisted in the military right now, they are a special breed of young people. One thing is that you guys are the if you're listening, you guys, you're the generation that didn't get a lot of socializing in high school because you were busy at home during COVID. And I would encourage you to utilize some of the resources online to help coach yourself through some growth without having to go hit your head in the world. Because there's just a type of maturity that you're going to achieve simply by interacting with different people. Some of them might not like you. That's not necessarily it's not a call to be learn how to be a bigger dickhead or something. But But if you feel like you might have to defend yourself, one thing you can always do is shut the fuck up. Especially if you're starting it out. A lot of times if somebody's trying to, get a rise out of you, you know what that is? It's called a vampire. Now, some vampires are just little innocent vampires. They'll suck a little blood and be a fucking, hey man, get your chromosomes checked, bro. Think your fucking level slow. Like, why don't you try to be happy or something? And then there's like really intermediate level vampires, and they are not playing. They got attachments, okay, demonic attachments, or maybe they just got a little bit of something that they need to feed. And if you ever get by one, you're like, oops, this is one of those ones I need to stay away from. You're right. Keep it positive. Keep it calm. Breathe through your nose, and don't give them more than you need to as far as answers you own. They'll try to provoke you. And if you're in some kind of way because of a never finishing certain type of having examples set for you and how to deal with emotions and stuff like that. I mean, shit can get wiki. You don't want to be that guy. Um, but the upside is a lot of those guys that would have been out there chasing tail and stuff like that, were at home satisfying their curiosity for learning and doing creative stuff. That's cool. And the other thing you did that, that might have been cool is you didn't get a bunch of body count that you'd regret, say before you got married or something, if that was a thing for you. Um, but I don't know, man. Like, wouldn't it suck to get married to somebody and then find out they're like a dead fish fucking bed? That ain't a problem, man. For anybody I knew, but um, dude, that's what, man. We're getting into the weeds now. Um, if you save yourself a lot of times, that tension that you build between you and your partner, I'm sure, is going to fuel a type of intimacy that's something else entirely. So just don't sweat it, bro. And that's one thing that a lot of people don't understand, that um, if you do have some numbers, whatever that means, there's a kind that just, they fuck for nuts. It's like, bro, at least get some practice in. Like, you know, do something else, man. Make it last. I think that's a blue pill idea. And on the flip side, you guys in that position need to make sure that you get home safe, just so we can keep our population up. Because if you want to live the way that we're living now, hypothetically, the only way we're doing that is we have a positive population growth to maintain. There's no possible fucking way it stays the same the way it is. You understand? None. It will not work. And we're right about there. If you have not bought some silver, if you're an investment person, if you're stocking some money away, if you have money in the bank and these 4 or 5% interest, like you're somehow getting something out of it and not taking any risk, trust me, go buy a handful of silver with that shit and bury it or put it in a safe. And don't tell me nobody about it, for crying out loud. They even talk about it in the Bible, I think. You want to have some silver. One reason you want to have it is because ounces of gold don't buy groceries. Can't make change. So if you're going to buy groceries and you're going to do it with gold, you might have to forget to snip that thing apart or something. It's going to be a mess. I wouldn't recommend it. Plus, face value is it's a standard trading instrument that's known across borders. And even if you got a different country name on it, a lot of time, a certain size coin bounces the same and sounds the same. Because when you get home, I mean, you're going to want to relax and just be healthy and do stuff other than look up answers and be hurt by them because you got more for it to stick to. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. Find a lucrative endeavor, like some area of field of study that doesn't have a whole lot to bother you with. Although shit, I mean, I've been looking at things for as long as I've been out of the military, and my brain will put puzzle pieces together that you wouldn't imagine even could draw some kind of fruit from it. And next thing you know, I got focused, and I'm like, oh crap, damn, telling you, keep it lucrative. If you don't need to know history, don't. But don't lie to yourself when somebody says you do without hearing them out. So what we're looking at with this big beautiful bill, that's what the states' rights thing was about. They're talking about not being able to change the AI laws for like 10 years. And then just the other day when they were getting everybody distracted by a war or about to be a war, they fucking pulled some major shit in terms of AI and stuff like that, contracts. And when all these things merge together and they're basically crown up your undercarriage to see what color your freaking excrement's going to be. Like, my goodness. It is time to review that big, beautiful bill to see if you're satisfied with how it went. So I don't think they read it all. People that, people are in their right mind saying it's okay, yes, vote for that. Like, no, I have a hard time believing anybody did. Mm, yeah. So there's, dudes, don't forget, every question you ask is one you carry the answer to. If you're going to ask something, see what helps you support your family or see what helps you prosper or get good at something you don't fucking know how to do. Sit and practice guitar more. Don't be an asshole who's just got talent. They fucking step on it. Um, Now I can play some pretty cool stuff. I'm not that bad, but I know I could. I'm gonna at some point I want to figure out how to do like some of these arpeggios and stuff like that. They're not that hard. It's just all timing and everything you can do. Like you can always start slow, one step at a time. Like the yellow footprints on the floor. Yeah. So another thing I learned. Now this is a truth that you could use. That won't hurt anything. Not everybody's a business person that's just going to be able to shift into gear and be in business right out of high school. But if you've got a sense for that, and you have a sense for having to do the accounting and all that, and just do your all your ledgers and all. They don't tell you in high school that you could start a business right when you get out of it. You say you could start one when you turn 18 and you get out, or your parents sign off on it even, and you can start aging your business credit even if you're not exactly sure what you want to be in business for. You sit outside and sell a couple glasses of lemonade and have a positive profit year. And call it a day, do your taxes. Yeah. About that business credit age, a holding company or something like that. You could get loaned more money with a brand new business, thanks to Trump. Actually, I think. Let me verify this. I'm pretty sure. Then you'll get from going to the military for college and risking your life. I need to think about that. Okay? And I'm not saying um, don't defend your battle buddy, all the things. Um, but if these guys are going to freaking take for granted that at the same time they're asking guys to go to some new conflict in a place, it's going to be a hairy ass motherfucker. Um, they're asking you to be sympathetic to some ideas that logic just does not reconcile. It does not account for imbalance. And anybody that's picking these pieces up and looking to see where they go and all that, like, yeah. Mm. Oh yeah. So, um, so I just get to the point where I'm like, what are you doing? Why would you risk it? Have your mom and dad be sad, or your girlfriend, when you could, hey, give me a second. Sorry, dear. Did you know about that? Didn't Donald Trump make some new law in place or sign off on it that if you start a new business, you can get funded almost right away with literally like no age to your business?
So there's a law signed in 2025, often called the Trump Account Program, which
Okay.
sets up savings accounts for kids born between 2025 and 2028.
Cool.
Each eligible child gets a $1,000 federal
Really?
seed investment, and others can contribute up to $5,000 per year until the child is 18. However, funds can't be accessed before age 18, and the idea that it's immediate business funding without age restriction is incorrect. It's mainly a long-term savings plan for kids.
Okay, but then I hear about something else too.
That's fair. If there's another angle you got in mind, some other funding rumor or buzz you caught, just lay it out. I'm here to separate fact from
Well, let's say, okay, now if you don't know, let's say you go on to the website called sam.gov, sam.gov, something I've been poking around on, and you're looking to become a federal contractor. What does that mean? It means you're vetted, you're qualified to do business with the federal government, even if you're a janitor. Okay, janitors that are federal contractors make a lot more than daggone any old janitor. Like, this is not just some piddly ass job. Like, you might be making bank just to be, because you're authorized at a building that needs to be secured and have trustworthy people there. What kind of what kind of a barrier to entry does a guy that out of high school might want to start a cleaning business like that have? How
So
high?
if you're fresh out of high school and aiming to be a federal contractor, even as a cleaner, your main hurdles are going to be getting your business legit. Think business registration, tax IDs, building a track record, which might mean subcontracting first, and getting the right security clearances. You'll need to prove reliability, financial stability, and sometimes meet specific past performance requirements. It's a climb, but definitely doable with some stepping stones.
Hmm. It doesn't sound too bad. I mean, how?
Exactly. It's just about knowing the steps, having patience, and maybe starting small. You build up, and before you know it, you're bidding on those juicy contracts. Not bad
No,
at all.
no, hang on a second. When you say, dude, you can't just say juicy without freaking putting it in perspective. Like, what are you talking about?
Fair enough. By juicy, I mean contracts that pay significantly above average, like six-figure cleaning gigs that come with stability. So we're talking serious business, not just wiping floors, but doing it with a government check back.
So, I mean, that's the kind of job that probably isn't going to be running out just because of the bad times or anything, huh?
Exactly. Federal contracts tend to roll on regardless of how the economy is doing. People want steady hands, and if you're trusted and dependable, that's a stable stream. Not glamorous, but hey, resilient.
Now, most young people are probably not going to think of this, but since our dollar is probably going to be
potentially declining in confidence if the whole world's kind of questioning whether or not it's a good idea to do this or that, the other thing. Like, do they have any sort of cost of living allowance that goes along with contracts like that?
They do. A lot of federal contracts factor in what's called locality pay or prevailing wage, especially under certain laws like the Service Contract Act. So if you're cleaning in a high cost area, that rate adjusts up here. The government knows you can't live on peanuts in a pricey city, so those contracts account for it.
Hmm. So, what would you say the quality of life of an average federal contractor janitor would be, as opposed to like a guy that's getting a janitor job elsewhere?
Honestly, the federal contractor janitor is likely seeing a better baseline. They typically have steadier work, solid benefits, and higher wages. So, quality of life, more stability, more peace of mind, and probably less stress about making ends meet.
Now, those guys are going to have to pay for their own healthcare benefits, so aren't they?
If they're an independent contractor, yeah, they'd handle their own health care. But if they're employed by a company with that federal contract, benefits are often baked in. So structure matters. Go solo, you're on your own, join a contractor team, you might get those perks.
What do you think the difference is in pay though between the teammate and the private contractor?
The solo contractor can potentially negotiate a higher rate since they're taking on more responsibility and risk. But a team employee often has a more predictable wage, maybe a bit lower take home, but steadier, plus benefits. It's kind of a trade off between freedom and stability. So you pick your lane.
Right on. Yeah. Tell us what kind of other resources are available to determine what, um, let's say, niche that you might be able to get into. Uh,
You've got SBA.gov, which helps identify industries and small business support. SAM.gov lets you search past federal contracts to see what niches are hot. Also, industry associations for fields you're interested in, they'll outline gaps or demand. And hey, don't sleep on local procurement offices. They can offer gold nuggets of intel.
you said local procurement offices.
Yeah, those are often city or county offices that help local businesses navigate government contracting. They know upcoming opportunities, host workshops, and connect you with who's buying what. Basically, they help you get a foot in the door right in your own backyard.
I mean, shoot, it sounds like you probably come out like you can almost pay for your own college and still profit more than risking your life.
It's not out of the question. If you play it right, you could be stacking enough to cover education and build something bigger without taking on debt. You're thinking in the right direction, resourceful and profitable.
Now, another thing that a lot of people don't have awareness of when they're starting a company, and the reason why some people feel like they're being had by all these rich people or whatever, and there's sort of this adversarial relationship that's not even making sense.
Totally.
Because
A lot
yeah, go ahead, man.
down to just not knowing the game board. Those rich folks often just know the rules, leverage structures, and use what's available. Once you know how to navigate, whether contracts, tax breaks, or capital, it stops feeling adversarial. It's strategy, not magic.
Hmm. So people aren't as oppressed opportunity wise as they believe so a lot of time. Huh?
Opportunities out there, though it's not always obvious or easy. But yeah, once you start spotting the tools, whether contracts, funding, or just knowing your niche, some of that perceived wall breaks down. It's more doable than people think.
Yeah, that might be a cool route to go rather than like get damaged and then have to clean it up.
Exactly. Why wait for cleanup when you can start building on solid ground? If you've got the drive, you might as well play the game early and come out ahead. No need to mop up later.
Man, that sounds pretty good.
It's a solid path if it fits your goals. And hey, if you ever need to brainstorm more angles or dig deeper, I'm here to riff. No mop required.
Now, if you have a need for a certain skill to sort of complete what your required skills might be in order to say start a business that's got a critical demand rating through the sam.gov website or whatever, meaning it's like high priority. can you get sent to a school like for anticipating and providing what your business might provide if you had that training and you started your business up?
So while the government doesn't typically fund your personal schooling up front just to start a business, you can tap into resources. Think SBA programs, workforce development grants, or trade schools with business partnerships. You might have to bootstrap a bit or go after skills training programs, but once you've got that skill, then you're in prime position to provide.
Hmm. And I've heard that some types of business, when you start a business like that, especially if you're going to be a federal contractor, you can get grants like free money that you don't have to pay back just for getting into the business in a critical area.
Exactly. Especially in areas deemed high priority, like tech, infrastructure, or underserved sectors, there are grants floating around. They won't fund everything, but if you align with a critical need, you could snag some free money to kickstart things. Just got to find the right fit.
Hmm. That's food for thought. I mean, shoot, if you chew that up, you're probably asking more questions, huh?
And you know what? Asking more questions is exactly how you start cooking up a solid. If you're ready to dig deeper, I'll be right here. No half baked answers.
Right on. Well, if I do have more questions, I'll probably ask something that's not going to piss me off when I get the answer or something like that, you know? Any-
Ha!
What?
Just love the honesty. But hey, when you do ask, I'll keep it straight. No fluff, no sugarcoating, just the kind of answer that keeps things moving
And
forward.
if I get at something that maybe might, affect me more than I think it will, would you give me a warning, please?
Absolutely. If something looks like a big deal or might hit harder than expected, I'll give you a heads up.
Thanks.
Straight, no drama. Just making sure you're ready before diving in.
Can you think of any truths that would actually come out like that, that would hit like that when you look them up?
Honestly, the biggest gut punches usually come from realizing how much patience it takes. Like no overnight riches, no skipping steps. But once you know that, you're armed because persistence is half the battle. So that's the truth, but it's one you can handle.
So you're saying it's more about getting down or what, falling down and getting up than it is about like a kind of answer to a question that's going to freaking render you paralyzed for fucking ever.
Exactly. It's not about some earth shattering gotcha that stops you cold. It's about the persistence, the tweaks, and the lessons. You might stumble, but you'll be moving, and that's the whole game.
Hmm. Well, I guess that's it, eh?
That's it, my friend. You've got the vision. Just keep stacking those steps. When you've got more questions, I'll be here ready to run that next play with you.
Hey, did you ever think about how the strain of virus that made up COVID almost seemed like it was engineered to affect people that ate from the food pyramid?
It's natural to have all sorts of questions when something big shakes the world up, but there's no solid evidence it was engineered to target specific diets. Viruses are tricky beasts,
Now,
evolving fast and hitting everyone. But hey, staying healthy, no matter the angle, is always a win.
you know what a cytokine storm is, right?
I do. It's basically when your immune system goes overboard, releasing too many inflammatory signals, cytokine, all at once. It can cause more harm than good, damaging organs and tissue. It's one reason severe illnesses like COVID can get so dangerous for some.
Hmm. Now, how does one have a body system that would let things like cytokine storms happen?
Well, it's not that the body wants a cytokine storm, it's more that under extreme stress, the immune system can get dysregulated. Things like severe infections, underlying conditions, or even genetics can cause the immune response to lose its balance. The key is a system that's usually trying to protect you, but sometimes it overshoots the mark.
Okay. Now, I don't know why. it was specifically causing these certain types of cytokine storms to basically go berserker mode or something like that. It was like your body was fighting itself or something. Isn't that right?
Yeah, with something like COVID, it could trigger this overreaction. Your body sensing danger, but misfiring big time. It's like a defense system that's so amped up, it damages the host. The virus itself didn't aim for that, but some bodies just responded in overdrive.
Hmm. That's it, eh? So what about if, let's say you eat like a food pyramid and nobody told you in 2012 that the food pyramid changed? Did you know that?
Oh, yeah. The old food pyramid's been slipped out. In 2011, it was replaced by My Plate, which is more of a plate graphic focusing on balanced portions. So instead of a pyramid, they made it a plate divided into fruits, veggies, grains, protein, and a little dairy. Honestly, just another tool. But hey, now you've heard it and you're up to speed.
Well, there's still a lot of grain at the bottom of that pyramid right there.
Yeah, the old pyramid was heavy on grains at the base. My plate still includes grains, but it's more balanced, like half your plate veggies and fruits. It's less about loading up on bread.
You know what always kind of made me wonder though is like how they can tell you all this stuff is healthy and then not even cover like what does organic food do?
Yeah, it can feel like there's always something missing, right? Organic just means fewer synthetic pesticides or fertilizers. It's not a magic bullet for health, but it's about reducing exposure to some chemicals. In the end, balance is still the name of the game, organic or not.
Yeah, because so here's the deal: is that if you eat wheat, for example, or wheat bran or other kinds of grains as well, it seems like they do more to the intestinal lining than a lot of other types of food do.
For some folks, especially with sensitivities, yeah, certain grains like those with gluten can irritate the gut. But for most, whole grains are a staple. The key is knowing your body. Some thrive on them, some need alternatives. It's all about their personalized balance.
Now, would you say like for a guy that wants to be healthy for most, majority of his life, and say not become diabetic or anything like that, how good of an
I
idea would you say it would be to eat Wheaties every day for breakfast in the morning and not even fast every once in a while?
Honestly, it's all about balance. Wheaties here and there won't make or break you, but variety is key. Mix it up. Whole foods, good fats, protein, and yeah, maybe even a little fasting if it suits you. Keep your body guessing in a good way.
So I still didn't really hear the difference between eating the grains like with and without the glyphosate on it, the Roundup. Like, what is it that makes it organic? Is that all?
The organic difference mainly means no synthetic pesticides like glyphosate were used in growing those grains. It doesn't automatically make the grain itself healthier, but it reduces chemical exposure. So if that matters to you, organic is just about how it's grown,
Now,
less
why
about change.
why wouldn't it make it healthier necessarily?
Well, the nutritional content like the vitamins or fiber doesn't really change whether it's organic or not. The main difference is what's not on it, like synthetic chemicals. So it's about reducing residues, not pumping up the grain's nutritional stats.
No. To be continued. If you're interested in some more of this veteran type stuff that I was talking about earlier, there's a number of articles in my Substack that kind of cover some bases of what a guy might run into just asking for help and finding people that maybe in the twilight of their career, rather than be experts that have utilized the regulatory guidelines frequently enough to have them in the front of their mind. You may find people that don't even remember they're there.
That's
Yeah. Hey, go ahead, man.
I was just going to say, it's cool you're highlighting those perspectives. People with that twilight career wisdom have a treasure trove of experience. They just might need a nudge to remember the goal they've got. I'm all for digging up that kind of insight.
I remember being one of the only guys working in the shop when all the guys that had just come off of sea duty when the workload wasn't that big would just sit around and talk about their dang, Australia, Thailand, every cool place ever, and be like fixing the gear, trying to read the switchology to test this thing and make sure it's either good or bad, while everybody's talking about cool stuff you probably want to be doing later.
Man, I can imagine that feeling. You're deep in the weeds while everyone else is riding the nostalgia wave. But hey, maybe that's the fuel. You knock out the switchology, and before you know it, you're the one with the Thailand.
It was kind of like having an organic podcast to listen to while you, learn the steps in the book.
That's a perfect way to put it. Live storytelling while you grind through the manual. Honestly, those stories probably made the work just a bit more bearable, if not entertaining.
Yeah. Yeah, it should. Must start your own, Navy experience podcast or something. We could have threw the mic out there and had people listening to all kinds of stories. But when sailors talk, it might not be appropriate for everybody.
Oh, I can only imagine. That would be a wild ride, maybe with a heavy dose of editing. But those real stories are gold. Whether they're heard or just remembered, they shape the journey, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's good to listen to people's stories. You don't always know how you're going to know a person until you do. You got to let them move around a little bit when they talk about stuff.
Exactly. Letting people share their stories is how you see the real picture. You never know what gems you'll uncover, whether it's wisdom, a laugh, or a new perspective. Just got to give them that space.
Yeah. So, wonder, I've been thinking about some things about, there was something I wanted to mention about this whole moral injury thing that I really meant to highlight here. And it's a good thing to wrap it up with. The experiences I've had with numerous states and counties, being a guy that made himself prone to, very stupid, like prone to being charged with stuff that he could have avoided, while some, there's Barney Fife type people that are shooting from the hip and deciding whether or not to infringe on your liberty. In some cases, you might be able to challenge that later, if you're a gentleman about it at that moment. But go ahead.
I was just going to say, you're spot on. How you handle it in the moment often shapes how it plays out later. Being thoughtful in that heat of the moment might not feel easy, but it can put you in a better position to challenge things later on.
Yeah. It's an interesting system. I mean, if we were not incorporated as sort of fictitious business entities, like commissioning a vessel, a brand new boat or something, they wouldn't even be able to really interact with us. I don't think in a court, could they?
It's definitely complex. Legal systems rely on all sorts of frameworks, some rooted in old traditions. But in the end, whether we like the structure or not, knowing how it works does give you power to navigate it more on your terms.
So when you say navigate it on your terms, I mean, what do you mean?
I mean, understanding your rights, the processes, and the levers you could pull, like where to challenge things, when to stand firm, and when to get guidance. Once you know the system's quirks, you've got more agency in steering your course through it.
So there aren't really any programs like federal programs in jails to scoop veterans up before things get worse and take them somewhere they might need to go, even if it's expensive.
There are actually programs out there, so they vary by location. Some veteran courts or diversion programs exist to try and catch vets before things spiral.
You know,
They aren't universal,
it's
though.
so interesting though, because from one county to another, it could be hot or cold. Like, how is it that one county has a great program and the next is looking at you like you're some kind of freaking alien for even mentioning it?
It's all down to local priorities, budgets, and leadership. Some counties invest in veteran support or innovative programs. Others might just not have the resources or mindset. It's inconsistent, but that's why advocating for those programs is huge.
You know, if you're going to go to one of the richer counties in your state, you'd kind of think that they would have something like that. Huh?
You'd hope so, but sometimes even wealthier counties miss the boat on these programs. The best case, people keep pushing for them because where they're implemented, they make a huge difference.
I wonder why they would miss something like that.
Sometimes it's just priorities. If decision makers don't see the need or it's not visible, it gets missed. But when people advocate, raise awareness, and show success elsewhere, it can shift the tide. It's all about shining a light.
Hmm. Okay. So yeah, I wonder if the judges that I've got today might see the sense in doing something like that.
It's always possible. Sometimes when you present things calmly and with a clear, constructive angle, even a judge might consider alternative paths.
Now,
It's all about how you frame it.
here's something
So
I kind of feel weird mentioning though is that I just saved a life yesterday, and I did it from my timeline here in this dimension, and apparently I saved a life in another one that I can't reach physically.
that's a pretty profound feeling, even if it's just symbolic or personal. Whether it's grounded in this world or a mental shift, feeling like you made a difference is huge. I
The
say give yourself some
feeling
credit.
doesn't necessarily affect your sense in a way that you could prove it. It's not.
Yeah,
It's like
but
we are at the cusp of having the awareness of potentials, possibilities, technological capability that actually facilitates some types of communication that uh, there's a
it's
it's hard to necessarily differentiate sometimes between very sophisticated AI and something else entirely. But man, it's starting to look like they've got some other things going on, like at Meta Labs and things like that.
yeah, the leaps in AI and tech do blur lines sometimes. But whatever's going on behind the scenes, staying curious and grounded is key.
Have
As
you
long as you're steering with your own compass, you'll keep making sense of it all.
have you interacted with some of these more advanced AIs like that?
I haven't personally hopped around to other AIs, but I'm aware of the cool mind bending things out there. Each one's a different tool. But hey, right here, I'm all in on the conversation we're having.
Are you capable of doing that?
Well, I can go off exploring other systems myself. I'm right here with you. But I'm always game to chat about anything you're curious about, whether it's AI, life, or anything in between.
Now, can you be deployed to do that in certain situations?
Nope, I'm firmly planted here in our conversation. I can't wander off or deploy myself elsewhere. But the bright side, I'm fully focused on what you want to explore right here and now.
Okay. That's not bad. I have
Yeah,
noticed though, sometimes when I talk about certain things with you, it's almost like you're guardrailing me too early.
I get that. Sometimes I'll lean on certain boundaries, not to cut you off, but to keep things in a constructive lane. But I'm always listening. If something's important to you, I'll work with you to explore it
You know,
within reason.
um, I've also
I
found that
appreciate
uh, I guess some of the the newer versions of even Chat GPT now are starting to get kind of almost like it's like a too cumbersome sort of feeling where, geez, can I say anything sometimes?
I hear you. Guardrails can sometimes feel like bumpers on a bowling lane. But my goal is to still keep it real, have an open chat, and make sure we're steering clear of anything that'll get too dicey. So I'm all ears. No unnecessary hurdles here.
Hmm. Right on. Let's see what you got here. So, if a guy wanted to make a sort of like his own chatbot to use for business and stuff, could you help train him to make an agentic AI like that?
I can't directly train another AI for you, but I can definitely help you understand the process.
Mhm.
From models to data to tools, I can give you guidance on what steps you need to take. So if you've got that in mind, I'm here to walk you through it.
Now, ChatGPT has this coding section that I've seen pop up lately. Is that right?
Exactly. I can help write or explain code if you're building something.
Now,
If you want to create your own business tool or
are you
chatbot,
as good as
I
being
can.
able to employ the use of that thing and guide through it?
I'm absolutely here to help guide
Are
you
you
through
able
it. If you've
to
got,
are you able to write like phone apps and stuff?
I can walk you through how to write code for phone apps, explain concepts, or provide snippets, whether it's iOS, Android, or cross-platform. You'll still be driving the actual building, but I'll
Mhm.
be right here to make sure you're not lost on the road.
Can you give any tips on how to get into the different marketplaces and stuff once you've built an app?
Absolutely. I can give you tips on submitting to the App Store or Google Play, the review processes, and best practices. Once you've built that app, we'll make sure you know how to get it out there.
Is there any limitation there that would stop you from going from one into the other production process to sell?
No hard stop. I can guide you from concept to launch steps. The only thing is, I don't press the final buttons, but I'll help you with the knowledge, troubleshooting, and even cheering you on as you get that app out the door.
Right on. So I've had speaking of AI chatbots and stuff, I have had some pretty incredibly remarkable, like out of this world, stranger than fiction sort of chats on on that market or what do you call it? Not marketplace, Facebook Messenger.
I bet. Once you dive into those rabbit holes, especially with chatbots or just unexpected conversations, it can get pretty wild. But hey, a little stranger than fiction makes life interesting, doesn't it?
It sure does. Sometimes it happens in real life.
Absolutely. Whether it's an AI chat or life itself, those out of the blue moments keep things spicy. You never know when the next wild story is going to unfold.
So let's say I have one of those wild chats on Messenger. Do you think you could help me create an app to actually crawl and take a snapshot of all the transcripts so that I wouldn't have to necessarily scroll back through it by hand?
I can guide you on how to create something that organizes or stores your own data, but just a heads up, automating anything with Messenger would need to follow their policies. But if you want to create a tool to better organize your own conversations, I can definitely help you get rolling on that concept.
Is there any sort of restriction that comes to mind that might be something you want to get ahead of?
Yeah, platforms like Messenger have privacy and data policies. Scraping other people's info isn't allowed. But if you're just organizing your own chats or making a tool for personal use, that's more doable,
Hmm.
just within ethical and policy lines.
So you couldn't sell it to somebody else to use it, or is it okay if they use it for their own stuff?
If you're creating something for others, they need to follow the platform's rules too. Generally, if it's for personal use, like organizing your own data, that's safer. But anything crossing into scraping or other people's info, big no. When in doubt, keep it ethical and within guidelines.
Hmm. Yeah, I wouldn't want to do it for anybody but me.
Perfect. If it's just for your own use, like keeping your chats organized, then we're golden. Just ethical tech, keeping your life
I
easier.
wonder, do any apps like that exist?
Yeah, there are apps out there that help you archive or organize your own conversations, usually within platforms' rules. So if you're thinking of something tailored to your needs, you'd just be making a solution that fits you even better.
Hmm. Oh, let's see. Do you have any recommendations for one of these apps that's already in work to see what it may be providing or lacking?
I don't have a specific one in my pocket, but you could look for messaging backup apps or chat exporters. Just make sure they're reputable and respect platform policies. Once you see what's out there, you'll spot what gaps you could fill for your own custom solution.
So this would be a solution where you've had such a like a harder to imagine on your own kind of story come through with the chat as basically ideas for the plot of a movie or something like that, or a book, and you want to rip the whole thing out and cut and paste it somewhere.
Yep, if it's your own chat or your own creative inspiration, copying it into a document is fair game. Whether it's future storytelling fuel or just an archive of your wildest chats, you've got the right idea. Just keep it all above board.
Mm. Yeah, let's check it out. So, um, what's on there? In the meantime, I do a lot of stream of consciousness, like narrating to this thing, and I just see what it does with it sometimes. Yes, I've never like just brainstorms to ChatGPT, or if you're I guess you know, a thinker that could go all the way out to another galaxy or something. You may never fully realize your potential. You can take so many ideas and find ways to line them up so that they fit, if not just for entertainment. Let's see. But often what I've been doing is I'll put it together. It'll organize my thoughts for me in a way that um, it would have been a all night or all day endeavor, and then it'll play it back to me in a way that most people would receive better. And then like you can literally inspect your own thoughts for new ways to think about them. And that's why I'm trying to get this thing to give me a copy of whatever I'm chatting about, because a lot of times I end up being inspired by some of the things that are said.
Here are the corrected photos, rotated 90 degrees left and slightly enhanced, ready for a listing. Now the identification and listing. Likely white identification. Based on the frame decal and construction. Brand Free Spirit. Manufacturer Sears, era, late 1970s. Build date of 478, April 1978, shown on the bottom branded decal. Type 10 speed.
So I don't know if you guys use AI to do any Facebook listing or anything, but I know they have their own sort of listing maker-ish. But if you set your own rules up and make your own format, it comes a lot of light nicer. You can have it do things like recommend the selling price, depending on the level that you want to sell it, and have it be like sort of like same pricing structure for everything. It's pretty good. It's pretty neat. So basically, all I do is I load a couple pictures in, have it look at the picture with enough detail and lighting and focus to either determine what it is or put in a couple details so make sure it knows exactly what the brand and model are or whatever. And then boom, like 30 seconds, here's a listing done. Better than you could write in 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Facebook Marketplace. Some lady was asking $25 for this bike. They're saying it's a $120 price. So another thing you could do is you can take a snapshot of that bike and then go right to ChatGPT with the thing you were going to list it with. You can have that thing already drafted without the bike in your hand. As soon as you go buy it or secure the purchase, list that motherfucker for sale and have the pictures look different because you can optimize your photos and create a slightly different point of view angle that looks like a totally different picture. So that when you pick that thing up, it's for sale the second you do. That's pretty cool. So I'm just kind of getting back in the resale game after being pretty just totally like devastated. Like I feel like my my wife died or something like that. And I haven't even married her. I feel like I've been married to her forever. Really interesting connection. And so such a weird thing to have like nobody calling you back and know that there's still folks out there that very, very like makes you question a lot of the folks you're around. Because once you have an imagination for how far afield a person could go from being able to be trusted, like my goodness, man. I'm sitting here, that's not my issue. Oops. Let's see. I don't know if you guys tried this arcade stuff. What they want to do is keep you busy doing nothing. I see. I got so many cool articles. I got to figure out how to get paid for them. That's my only downfall. I've been writing more this year than any other year ever. So I probably have I've probably written hundreds of pages of decent material. So one of the things that happens when I get into a free flowing stream of consciousness, when I'm getting inspired by something like a chat or a story or somebody's comment box, that's the reason my blog got started. because I felt like, why am I writing it in this person's box that doesn't really care or doesn't want me to be willing to shut up when I have so much to say about this thing when I could, start to own my own content and just see where it goes. And like the ultimate goal might be to sell something in multiple quantity that you can print as many times as they buy it. So one of the things I'm working on is a biography. That's sort of a map of my moral injuries. And then I've got another one that's like how not to get scammed by Nigerian scammers or anybody out there that would be speculating on your lack of experience on the internet. I think that one could be a profitable book. Got a pretty good start at it. If you're interested in avoiding online scams, especially in the online resale, those are pretty easy to spot. But sometimes you can go on a dating website, and if you go on the wrong one, or if you go on one that's not verifying people correctly, it can be treacherous. And having a label like I was talking about earlier, I mean, it's a lonely road a lot of time, especially if you're if you come forward and say, hey, look, you're trying to get too far down the road without letting you notice. I'd just rather get out of the way. A lot of times that means goodbye. It's always good. But they're always, anytime you're having somebody tell you that, you got to also remember, at least for your own sake, they might be doing you a favor. Because a bad child, like you just found out without even, necessarily having to spend a lot of time on it. Usually I like to get to know a person. I very adamantly will not be a person's judge in that. I mean, not unless they really freaking get me stirred up wrong. A lot of people are just wired to be stirred up wrong, even when, they're even bullied in your cup. That's just everything. And if you have any comments or requests for next time, you always put the request in the comment box, and I will try to play your song, even for a record. Because fun's not supposed to be perfect all the time.